Hello. I was going to make a video all about my Nick Cage collection, and I'm still going to, but I decided instead of doing that thing that I've been planning for like 2 or 3 weeks at this point, or longer, I don't know, time means nothing, I would just do a totally different video on a whim, because that makes sense. So, I'm going to go through all of my Severin, Blue Underground, and Synapse movies. Because, why not? And it turns out this is basically going to be me going over a lot of the Italian horror movies that I own. Because those companies put out a lot of them. I mean, I got like, maybe 8 of them over there that aren't put out by one of these companies. So, if I do a dedicated Italian horror video, which I am planning on doing at some point, I will have other stuff to talk about. But in the meantime, I'll just do this. And so I'm going to go through Severin first, because I don't really have that many. But they are going to be, so this upcoming weekend, is a horror convention that I'm going to called Crypticon. And Severin is going to be there. And I feel like they also sell Vinegar Syndrome movies there. But Severin is going to have a booth, and so I'm probably going to pick some stuff up. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, it depends on what they got. So, without further ado, let me talk about my 3 Severin movies. I got Wild Beasts. And this is an Italian movie. It's pretty fun. I'm not going to lie. I've seen it. Basically, it mostly takes place in a zoo, and somebody puts PCP in the water supply, so all of the animals just go insane. And that's the movie. It's animals going nuts at a zoo because they are literally on PCP. I will say, they kill a bunch of rats in this movie. Like, legitimately kill a lot of rats in this movie, which sucks. I don't like animal cruelty in my movies, and unfortunately there's a lot of it in Italian movies. I don't know why, but yeah, that's all. You know what I'll do? I'll turn my TV off, so that way there's not that stupid glare. But yeah, so here's the front. There's still glare, but it's from my phone, so I guess that's better. And then, yeah, hey. Good stuff. Next up, we got Lucio Fulci's Aenigma. And I have not seen this, actually. The only thing that I know about it is that somebody gets killed by snails. But I think it's like a psychic phenomena type movie. Like, I think they bully a girl into her having a freak out, and then she psychically attacks the people that bullied her or something. So, probably going to be fun. I can dig it. I'm excited. Next up, and finally, from Severin, we got Woodlands Dark and Days Bewitched, a history of folk horror. I love me some documentaries. And I really love me some movie documentaries. I mean, I have a special place for nature documentaries too, but I own all of the In Search of Darkness movies, and I got In Search of Tomorrow, and, a couple other things. I got like a bunch of older documentaries on like, certain franchises like, Never Sleep Again, the Elm Street one. I have Camp Crystal Lake Memories, which is about Friday the 13th. I have His Name Was Jason, which is also a Friday the 13th documentary. I have a Return of the Living Dead documentary. I have Leviathan, which is on the Hellraiser franchise. I have Halloween 25 Years Later, I think is what it's called. Well, that's actually, yeah. No, I don't know. 30 years later, something. I don't know. It's a DVD documentary on the Halloween franchise as well. But anyway, back to this. This is all about folk horror. And Synapse actually released a giant folk horror box set which I keep like almost buying. Honestly, if they have it at Crypticon, I'm 100% going to buy it because I want it. It's like 100 and something bucks, but you get like, I think it's like 15 movies, and I like folk horror, and I want to see more of it, and so, getting that box set makes sense. Because, yeah, I mean, I've seen, like, The Wicker Man and the super good Nick Cage Wicker Man, and I've seen, Midsummer and a couple other things, but, yeah, like, I definitely need more folk horror in my life. And if I get that box set, I'll do a folk horror video. So, Oh, The Witch. That's another good one. Yeah. Yeah, this is like a little over 3-hour documentary about folk horror, which is, like, super dope. Real into it. I dig it. Yeah. All right. So, next up, we got those Blue Underground movies. They put out some fun stuff. So first up, we've got the 4K of House by the Cemetery, which is a wild movie. This is a fun one. Lucio Fulci directed it. He directed a lot of these. I've been trying to get like a collection of his stuff. This goes with like his Apocalypse trilogy, I think it's called, or maybe that's John Carpenter. I don't know. End of the World trilogy, whatever. I don't know. He has 3 movies. It's House by the Cemetery, City of the Living Dead, and The Beyond, that are all like end of the world events basically. And this is one of them. I don't really get how this is an end of the world thing, but I don't know. There's a really fun scene where the dad gets attacked by a bat. Well, actually, the mom gets attacked by the bat, and then the bat attacks the dad. It's just a really long scene where this fake bat bleeds way too much. And they have this goofy, like, super Aryan kid that's named, like, Bob. Because everything's, like, goofy and dubbed, and I love it. And, he looks like he's from, like, Sweden or something, and then the rest of them don't. They just have their weird kid, Bob. And, House by the Cemetery. Next up, we got The New York Ripper. Another Lucio Fulci movie. Shocking. It's apparently the most controversial horror film ever made. I wouldn't say that. But, it's pretty good. I don't remember if this is the one where the killer quacks, or it doesn't quack, but he, like, talks like, Donald the Duck, kind of. It might be this one. Could be this one. But yeah, this movie is pretty gnarly. It's a pretty gnarly one, but I wouldn't say it's the most controversial horror movie ever made. But it could be the only killer, or the only movie made about a killer that talks like Donald the Duck. So that's fun. Then, not by Lucio Fulci, we got Stagefright. This movie I have not seen, but it looked great. The killer wears like an owl mask, which is pretty sick. I feel bad because I feel like I'm going to massacre these names. Or this name, I should say. It's directed by Michele Salvi. I don't know. They also did Cemetery Man and The Church and The Sect. But yeah, definitely interested in checking this one out. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Next up, this is a personal favorite of mine. I love this movie. Which, maybe not the best thing to say, but I do love it. This is Maniac. This movie rules. Directed by William Lustig, that also did Vigilante and Maniac Cop. And Joe Spinell is the Maniac. And I mean, it's pretty gnarly. It is, the cover ain't so far off from what you get in the movie. But like, I just love this movie. If I'm being completely honest, it's just real good. It's just a solid, gnarly horror movie. So yeah. Then we got 1990, The Bronx Warriors. I haven't watched this, but it could either be real cool or real bad. I don't think there's gonna be much in between. But hey, Fred Williamson's in it, and Vic Morrow. Wow, look at that. But yeah, I think it's just like a post-apocalyptic, like movie where motorcycle gangs are doing stuff. I don't really know, but I legitimately bought it based off the cover. I saw it at Half Price Books, and I was like, well, I need that. So here we are. Next up, we got Dario Argento's Inferno, which controversial take. I'm going to tell you right now. I like Inferno more than Suspiria. I think Inferno, at least so far, I haven't seen all of his movies. But I think Inferno might be my favorite Dario Argento movie. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. But I really dug Inferno. Yeah, there's just a lot of really, really cool stuff in this. So, I don't know. It's basically like there's a witch in an apartment complex and things are insane. That's pretty much it. So, I don't know. I think it's fun. Then we got on DVD, Mark of the Devil. This has Udo Kier in it. And it's I guess, I don't really know what the subgenre would be. It's like a witch hunting movie. So maybe folk horror? I don't know. I don't think it's that. But it's like, you know, this movie and Witchfinder General and a couple other movies like that. Basically, it's just like, it's kind of a torture movie, honestly. But it's, I don't know, I liked it. I know Vinegar Syndrome picked this up, and they released, I don't know if it's a Blu-ray or a 4K, but it's at least a Blu-ray of this. And I've thought about upgrading, because I liked this movie, and yeah, I don't know. Then we got Zombie. I apologize for the cranberries. So this is another Lucio Fulci movie. It's zombie. Everybody knows this movie if you're into Italian horror. It's got that scene where the lady gets a big splinter of wood shoved in her eye. And it's good, you know? It's fun. It's a fun zombie movie. And this was it was made as a sequel to Dawn of the Dead. Because in Italy, Dawn of the Dead was called Zombie. And in Italy, this was called Zombie 2. And so, yeah, that's a fun fact. I thought it had reversible cover. It does not. I don't know how many of these do. And then the final Blue Underground movie that I have, Contraband. Also a Lucio Fulci movie. I bought it at Half Price Books just because it was like honestly, because it was a Lucio Fulci movie, and because you know, I don't know. I just like Lucio Fulci movies. So I figured I'd see how he did at a crime movie, you know. I know he's also directed westerns and stuff, so I'd like to check those out, but I have not gotten around to it. All right, so the rest of this stack is Synapse. It's a pretty hefty stack, not gonna lie. I have a lot of Synapse movies, and I didn't realize that until I started, like, grabbing stuff for this video. But I have, like, a big stack here. So that's fun, you know? It's a fun thing to find out about yourself. That you have way more things than you thought you did, right? I apologize. Frida's going insane. I'm thinking about starting to... So graceful, these animals. I'm thinking about doing a like a monthly here's everything I bought video for movies. But like I kind of don't want to because I feel like I would get very bummed out very fast. And like my hauls would be like too much. Like I know I get too many movies. I already know this about myself. I don't need to remind myself that and show all of you guys. Insanity, I swear. So anyway, without further ado, here's my Synapse stuff. Starting off, it's the 4K of Tenebrae. Dario Argento movie. Kind of a boring back. Super dope cover. It's a, giallo type film, I believe. I actually haven't watched it, which is why I said Inferno is my favorite Argento movie so far. I'll qualify that. Then we got the limited edition Demons 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. I know they also released this in 4K, but like this was cheap, like I was like $10 cheaper or something at least. So I was like, okay, I'm game to save a little money. But what's really awesome about this release is it comes with like posters and all kinds of stuff, but you get a ticket to the movie from Demons, which is rad, and then you get an invitation to the birthday party from Demons 2, which is also very fun. So what these movies are is basically in the first Demons, these people go to a screening of a horror movie, and in the theater, some demons get loose, and nobody has a good time. And then the second movie is they're in an apartment complex, and some demons get loose, and nobody has a good time. Honestly, Evil Dead Rise kind of ripped off Demons 2, but that's okay because Evil Dead Rise was also real fun. And, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Anytime I get to watch kids die on screen, I'm on board. So, that's the Demons 2-pack. I think they made more of them, but those are Demons 1 and 2. I got Phenomena, also known as Crawlers? I think the alternate art has it. Creepers! That's the one. It's got Jennifer Connelly as a young lass, because this is from, like, let's see, give me a year, 1984. Oh my goodness. And she can talk to bugs, which is fun. And somebody's murdering people, which is not as fun. So, boom. Phenomena. Oh, and what's his face? Very disrespectful to a very beloved actor. I apologize. Donald Pleasance. He's in it. That super famous guy. Then, got some Frank Henenlotter coming up. We got Basket Case 2, which is fun. I love me some Basket Case. Belial is quite the little scamp, if I do say so myself. And I think, is this the one where he finds love? Let's see. Yeah, this is the one where he finds true love. And there's a bunch of other mutated people in it. These movies are fun. They're just super fun. Arrow Video just put out Basket Case on 4K. I have it on Blu-ray, but depending on how much it is, I might upgrade, because Basket Case is just fun, you know? Just a goofy movie, so I'm on board for it. And yeah, here's Basket Case 2, but that's not all. No, that is not all, because we also have Basket Case 3, The Progeny. This is the one where Belial has kids. And they run around and do some killing. And it's good times, you know? These movies are about a man and his half-brother. Brother who is a half of he's a little goober. And it's fun, you know? They're fun. And the first one is one of those movies that shows New York, like, when it's real bad. Because it was, like, early 80s or mid-80s, something like that. So, like, they hadn't cleaned up New York yet. So Times Square just looks, like, super gnarly. And if you watch Brain Damage... Yeah, Brain Damage. I wanted to say Brain Dead, but that's the alternate title for Dead Alive. Brain Damage, also directed by Frank Henenlotter. There is a cameo from the main characters in Basket Case on a subway, which is real cool. So, you know, shared universe, all that stuff. He was doing a multiverse before it was cool. We also have another Frank Henenlotter classic. This came out in 1990. It's Frankenhooker. And, you know, it's a good one. It's a really good one. Dude loses his wife, I think? Fiancé, in a horrible lawnmower accident. And so, you know, he uses his medical knowledge to piece her back together, but he's got to get some extra parts. So, you know, he has to go out and get extra parts so that he can rebuild his fiancée. And it's fun. So next up, these next three are actually movies that I got today. And I apologize, because for whatever reason, this movie that I'm about to show has, like, one of the most repulsive covers I've ever seen. Just really don't like it. I can't imagine anything in this movie is going to be as gnarly as the cover to this movie is. And that's Curtains. I hate the cover to this. That's gross, man. Just this whole thing. I don't like it. Weird doll. Ugh. Meat flap things. Not into it. And as far as I know, it doesn't really have anything to do with the movie, because it's just a mass killer wearing, like, an old hag mask running around killing people. So I don't know what this has to do with any of that. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I haven't seen this, but I was thinking earlier in the week, I was like, man, I love slasher movies. So I bought some more slasher movies. And I'm excited to watch them. Maybe that's what I'll do tonight after I finish recording this. Or I'll watch The Mummy Returns. Or I'll watch more Nick Cage movies. Or I'll watch some Vinegar Syndrome movies. Choices. Too many. I don't know. Next up, we got popcorn. These people throw on a horror marathon in theaters, and they screen a movie called The Possessor. And I guess the person that made that movie went crazy and killed some people, but is he really dead? They'll find out when they show The Possessor. So, you know, seems fun. I've seen this cover like a million times, so I decided, you know what? The time is now to watch that movie. So I got it. Next up is one that I'm really excited about, actually. Intruder. I've been meaning to buy this movie for, like, way too long. And it's a movie where like a bunch of people get trapped in a grocery store and somebody kills them, which is like super fun. And Sam Raimi's in it, and Bruce Campbell has a cameo. And I've heard that it's super gory, and I'm into that. I'm into all of that. So I might watch that tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll watch multiple things. Then we got The Kindred, which is a weird, I think it's a mutant baby movie, which I'm into, So, yeah, mutant baby thing. I haven't watched it, but I know it has pretty good practical effects, so. And the trailer was, like, insane. So this next one, Satan's a Little Helper. It's fun. I like this movie. It's very cheesy. It's got the Catherine Winnick. She was also in Vikings. So, I don't know what else she's been in, but she was in Vikings. She's like the main guy's wife. And yeah, basically this weird dude starts killing people, and this kid is like obsessed with a video game called Satan's Little Helper. So he just helps this dude kill people because he thinks that he's not actually killing people. I don't know. Kid seems like he needs to get back in touch with reality a little bit. And there's a bunch of weird tension, like weird vibes with the mom in this movie, played by Amanda Plummer, who, she's pretty good at doing movies where she has weird vibes. So, it happens. Then, we got Street Trash, which is a movie where people drink some booze that is found called, is it Viper? Yeah, Tenafly Viper. And you drink this, and it makes you milked. And that's a movie. And when you buy it, it comes with a little sticker so you can make some of your own Viper. And that's fun. I like it when movies do stuff like that. It's just a fun milked movie. Some of the other ones I have, like Body Milked or The Incredible Melting Man. So, yeah, Street Trash. Good times. So this next one, I actually need to buy the other ones in the series. At least the next one. Because I love 1 and 2. I haven't seen the third one. And that's Maniac Cop. This is also directed by William Lustig. This movie's great. Maniac Cop 2, I think, is better, which is pretty impressive because, I love this movie. But Maniac Cop 2 is even more insane. This has Tom Atkins, who's always great. It's got Bruce Campbell. It was written and produced by Larry Cohen, who also did, It's Alive and, so many things. The Stuff, Q, the Winged Serpent, just tons of stuff. His movies are very fun. And, this movie's just great. Hot take. This cop doesn't really act. Maybe for 1988, he acts a little nuts, because he, pulls people over and then he shoots them. But nowadays, the movie would just probably be called Cop, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, hot takes. I'm in roast mode. I can't help it. I know that there are good cops out there, but you know what? Sometimes it's kind of fun to make jokes. So now we're on to the DVDs, and I got Thriller. This is like a revenge movie. Think I Spit on Your Grave. Not easy to watch, but I think it was a big inspiration for Kill Bill and stuff. Well, besides all the martial arts movies. So it was 70% martial arts movies and then 30% thriller. Then I actually haven't seen this. This was a movie that I got from a friend that gave me most of his movie collection, and that is Party 7. It's a Japanese movie. I know that the director, I've seen other movies of his and I've liked them, because he did Shark Skin Man and Peach Hip Girl, which is like a fun Yakuza crime movie. And he also did Funky Forest, which is an insane movie. And so I imagine that this is probably pretty good, despite the fact that it looks like a softcore porn. Or maybe a hardcore porn. I don't know. It's not, as far as I know. We'll see. I haven't checked it out. So these last few are all real fun. So I know I've talked about this one before, so I'll just be real brief. That's Wild Zero. It's Wild Zero. Check out Wild Zero. That's all I gotta say. Great soundtrack, great movie. It's got a drinking game as a special feature. It's very fun. So one of my favorite weird subgenres of horror is like metal horror movies or like rock and roll horror. So that would be like, the original Trick or Treat or Rocktober Blood or, Studio 666 would count. Deathgasm would probably count. Heavy Trip, well, that's more of a comedy. Oh God, there's another big one. Rock and Roll Nightmare. That's one. And then there's this one, Black Roses, which had a super sweet VHS where this was like molded plastic. This movie is super fun. It's about a band that comes to town, and this band might be a couple of demons. And by a couple of demons, I mean like 4 demons, because they're a band and it's not a drum and bass band. or the White Stripes. It's just a bunch of rock and roll demons come to town and they corrupt the youth. And the youth, they kill their parents because they just don't understand. So, Black Roses is very fun. Definitely recommend it. All you gotta know. That's it. I should have just shown that picture. I didn't even have to talk about the movie. Just look at that guy. Look at that guy. Yeah. Black Roses. And then, last, but certainly not least, and not even last, because I know that I'm going to buy more Synapse movies, and, Severin and Blue Underground, but Deadly Spawn. This is a super good alien movie. It came out in 1983. Real low budget. So, know that. Very low budget. But I love the creature design. The aliens in this look so fun. Look at all them teeth. Look at the goofy little arms. Awesome. Hey, I might have to watch Deadly Spawn tonight. I don't know. It's just a crazy alien movie where these things come to Earth and they start eating people. And that's it. And it's great. The gore is fun. The creature effects are just... I love the creatures in that. So, yeah. And that's that. Maybe I'll go ahead and just record my Nick Cage video right now so I can get it out of the way and finally do it. So I apologize when the Nick Cage video potentially comes out. If I'm wearing this shirt, it's because I filmed that movie or that video immediately after finishing this one. So, I don't know. Other than that, hey, don't suck. Don't be a jerk. Treat people nice. You know, hey, yeah, let's have a good week. Let's kick some butt. Let's get to the weekend again. All right. Till next time.